Good morning, my beautiful friends. This is your wake up call with Maui Paul. I am Maui Paul. We are here today to say some nice things about ourselves. I see I have quite a crowd here today. Good morning. Let's see here. Good morning, Jen. Good morning, Lauren. Good morning, Shauna. Good morning, Armando. It is wonderful to see you guys here today. Thank you so much for joining in, and thank you to everybody also who's watching who hasn't yet dropped a comment. If you just say if you say good morning to me, I will say good morning to you. Yes, it is Thursday. We are just about finished up with the work week. We are heading into the weekend. I know many of us are heading into a big weekend, and I just want to say that you guys are amazing for just sticking with the wake up call. I will. I'm just excited to. I'm excited to see a lot of you guys here in just a couple days. Anyways, yeah, so we're here to say some good stuff about us and really to rewire the way that our brains work and to just continually learn and grow and improve. And it is just wonderful to come together for those purposes. So let's have some fun today, and let's pull a card off the top of the deck. I'm going to pull a card off the top of the deck. I'm going to ask you if you are the affirmation on that card. We're going to respond out loud together. I am that affirmation. When we use those powerful I am words, we are bringing these qualities, these characteristics into our lives. But most importantly, we are giving ourselves some ammunition to fend off what is going to happen today. Because I don't know about you, but I have never had a day in my entire life that went the way that I thought it was going to. And when I was younger, anything that happened in my life that was unexpected, I just sort of, in my brain, I just thought, oh, well, it must be bad. If it didn't go exactly the way I thought it would, it must be bad. And of course, as I've gotten older, I've recognized that it's not necessarily bad, but it's taken some time to get there. It's taken some time to realize that just because things don't happen the way that I think that they should happen, that doesn't mean that my life is crashing and burning, but rather that it's going a different course, and that's okay. So these statements, these I am statements, and the ways to be that they point to have been instrumental in that. So yeah, so let's pull a card off the top of the deck and say that today I am diligent. I am diligent. I continuously learn and improve. So I am diligent. I continuously learn and improve. Are you diligent? You are diligent. You continuously learn and improve. So I am going to write that down in the comments that we are diligent people, that I personally am a diligent person, that I continuously learn and improve, but I know that you are also diligent as well. And I want you to think about that. I want you to think about what is something that you have gotten better at over time, something that you have put some effort into and have gotten better at. It doesn't take a whole lot of effort to be good at something. I remember when I was, I was down in Costa Rica, and a friend was playing the guitar, and I said, how long have you been playing the guitar? And he said, oh, I've been playing the guitar about 2 months. I said, well, you sound pretty good. He's like, yeah. He's like, 2 months ago, I sounded like somebody who didn't know how to play the guitar. Now I sound like somebody who's been playing the guitar for 2 months every day. And you know what? He sounded good. He was providing entertainment for a campfire. A whole bunch of people were around a campfire, and he was providing entertainment for us all as we were just enjoying some time, up on top of a mountain in Costa Rica. And I remember just thinking about that, and he was saying, he's like, when I first started out, I sounded terrible. He's like, but it only took about a week before I sounded, not terrible, and then it took about 2 months, and I started to sound decent. I started to sound acceptably good that I could play at a campfire with a bunch of friends. So that continuous learning and improvement is what life is about. Continuously doing the same, doing things until we get good at them is what life is about. It is how we do anything of value. We simply diligently apply our efforts to it. And anything worth doing is worth doing well. But we have to be sure that we don't make the perfect the enemy of the good. We have to make sure that we don't say, well, I'm not perfect at it, so therefore I'm not going to do it. Because if we do that, then we would never accomplish anything. We would never get good at anything because there would be no reason for us to be diligent at it. But continuous learning and improvement is just so important in our lives. And I'm thinking about right now. So I have a marketing consultancy, and one of my clients is very much stretching me right now. Is very much using the tools and the platforms that I've introduced them to, and is using it in new and innovative ways that I had not yet considered. Now I know how to operate the platform. I know how to push the buttons. When this person tells me what they want to accomplish, I know how to accomplish it. But I didn't know that it could be done. I didn't have that level of imagination until I started working with this person. And that is part of continuous learning and improvement. That right there is something that's very valuable to me. So while this client is paying me to help them work with this platform, my my I'm also getting a tremendous value as well, because I'm continuously learning and improving. So I am diligent. I continuously learn and improve, and at this point, I'm continuously learning and improving how to operate this software. I'm also continuously learning and improving how to make a wake up call better, how to make these cards better, how to get this message out to a larger group of people, how to be more intentional about that. When I first started this, I started this in order to get myself out of bed, in order to give myself a reason to wake up in the morning. And ultimately, I realized that I'm giving a lot of people a reason to wake up in the morning. And if I can give 10 to 15 people every day alive a reason to wake up in the morning, and help them to continuously learn and improve and live better lives, and about 200 people by the time this video hits the bowels of the internet and is never seen again will watch this and be encouraged by this message, then surely I can do it with 2,000. Surely I can do it with 2 million. It's simply a matter of adding zeros. And through continuous learning and improvement and expanding the message and expanding my ability to deliver it, I am receiving incredible rewards for that. The primary one, of course, is that it gives me a reason to get out of bed in the morning, but also the rewards of getting to see these characteristics in myself, and in the people around me, because I am diligent. I am more diligent today than I was yesterday. I'm more diligent this year than I was last year. It is easier for me to push through when things get hard. It is easier for me to do what I say I'm going to do, to follow up when I say I'm going to accomplish the things that I say I'm going to accomplish today than it was a year ago, or 5 years ago, or 10 years ago. I've been going through my old journals, and one of the themes in my old journals that just keeps on coming up that I'm reading about was that I knew what I needed to do, but I couldn't make myself do it. And that was a big deal in my life for many years, is that I knew what I needed to do, and I knew what I needed to accomplish. I had this I had this plan called the GIST system, and then the GIST, GYST, stood for Get Your Shit Together. It was the Get Your Shit Together, Paul system. And for so much of my life, I didn't have my shit together. Even though everything individually was easy to do, I just couldn't make myself do it. And when I recognized that, that this stuff was easy, and that I wasn't doing it, I just didn't know why I wasn't doing it. But when I recognized that this stuff was easy and that I could, and I just started putting stuff into a list and getting more organized about it and just knuckling down and doing it, it gave me a greater amount of greater amount of confidence that I could just do things without having to think about them for 6 months. Just do it. I guess that was part of my own adult development that had been arrested. And so diligence is something that I've been working on for many years. But continuous learning and improvement is what gets us where we want to be. It is what gets us where we're going. It is what allows us to ultimately become that best version of ourselves that we see inside of ourselves when we close our eyes and imagine it. In order for us to continuously learn and improve, we have to have a beginner's mind. We have to first be sufficiently humble to understand that we don't know everything. And when I look back at my life and all of the ways that I didn't have my shit together, um, it really strikes me that I thought that I knew better than everybody else. And because I thought that I knew better than everybody else, I just didn't do things the same way. Of course, in some cases, this knowing better than everybody else was pure hubris, and it didn't help me at all in life. It just arrested my development. In other cases, making totally different choices had great benefit for me. And part of my own emotional maturity, a part of my own maturity into adulthood, was recognizing the difference between the two, recognizing when I was making a different choice, and because it was in line with my values, versus making a different choice just to be contrary to everybody around me, even though it did not benefit me at all in the end. And so today is this card is our permission slip to be diligent, to follow up with the people we said we'd follow up with, to do the things that we said we'd do, to continually learn and improve, to get just a little bit better, not a lot better, not leaps and bounds better, like a little bit better, 1% better, 0.5% better. As long as we are not staying still or going backwards, then we are moving forward toward our dreams. And our dreams are very, very important. Your dreams are very important. Your dreams are they only live inside of you. And so think about what the world would look like if all of your most deeply held convictions were expanded into it. If all the things that were most important to you were expanded into it, what would the world look like? What would your relationships look like? What would the people around you look like? What would your life look like if you were diligent to do the things that you have to do, and that you intentionally learned and improved every single day? What would your business look like? What would your job look like? What would all of these things look like? What would your retirement look like? How does it all look? And when we realize just how important it is to continuously learn and improve, to recognize what is important, and then expand what is important, then our lives take on a completely different character. We exit the rat race. We exit the rat race of get up and earn money and buy stuff and go to sleep, and we get into a much, much more empowered place of we get up and we serve and we love and we give our gifts, and we receive from the world as we put out into the world, and in doing so we end up with a much, much richer life. So I am diligent today. I continuously learn and improve. I know you are diligent too. And so yeah, let's see what you guys have to say about this. Let's see. So it's nice to see a couple other people have joined into the wake up call. So good morning, Eric. Good morning. Let's see. Good morning, Carly. Good to see you here today. Let's see. Yeah. So Janet says, "I'm happy to be better at loving myself and others unconditionally." Yeah. Working toward unconditional love. What a beautiful, beautiful thing to do in life. Sean says, "I was a flailing mess playing volleyball until it clicked 7 years later." That's pretty cool, Sean. And I've seen you play volleyball. It's fun to watch you play volleyball. And so yeah. So when it clicks, it clicks. And but sometimes it does take 7 years, and that's okay. It's fine. The fact that it takes 7 years for your playing volleyball to click doesn't mean that the first 6 years were wasted. It means that the first 6 years were the first 6 years of doing it were you learning how to do it, and you developing the discipline, developing the diligence, developing the skills, and as you continuously learn and improve and get better at it and become an even better asset to your team. And but in the end, if you think about it, the volleyball is not about the score at the end. The volleyball is about the game that gets there, and all of the fun that you have playing it. Because why would we do it except that it was fun? Looks like Susan has joined us. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, Maria. Fantastic to see you ladies today. Let's see here. Yeah, Susan's talking about taxes. That's what she needs to be diligent with today. Okay, so interesting story about taxes. So I was doing some research on tax prep software, And because I don't know about you, but my taxes are reasonably complex. I have money that comes in from a lot of different places and money that goes out to a lot of different places, and it's all taxed at different rates and different levels of taxation, and some of it's exempt and some of it's partially exempt, and my taxes are a bit complex. And so I was looking at various tax prep software, to figure out, how can I prepare my taxes for as little money as possible this year. And I came across an article that talked about how the U.S. government actually has there are funds that are earmarked for the U.S. government to create tax prep software that is that is sanctioned by the IRS, that just has all that stuff in there, where you just plug all your numbers into an actual federal government system, and then it calculates your taxes for you. But that all of the tax prep companies lobby against this so much, because obviously, TurboTax would rather if you just pay them $70 to do your taxes. And if the U.S. government had their own tool, where then of course it would put all the tax prep companies out of business. And so the complicatedness of the U.S. tax system is very much kept that way because of lobbying from the companies that are currently advertising to get you the biggest refund right now. So so it does require it does definitely require diligence to keep track of your taxes, especially if you are a sort of person who owns a business, or if you receive money from royalties, or if you have anything more than just a standard W-2. Definitely it behooves you to be diligent, and also especially if you're somebody who does anything more than just grabs a standard deduction. So, anyways, I am diligent today. I continuously learn and improve. And I got to say, even though I don't particularly enjoy doing taxes, my tax forms have continuously improved over the years. I've definitely got continuously better at learning how to manage that part of my life. Um, so I am diligent today. Good morning, Kelly. It's good to see that you have joined the wake up call today. Nice to see your face. So yeah, so we are diligent people, and we are going to diligently work at the things which are most important to us today. And as we do, we are not just improving our lives, but also improving the lives of all of the people around us. Our diligence doesn't just affect us; it also affects the people that we love, the people that are our acquaintances, the people who we know from a professional setting. Our diligence is beneficial to them as well. So this is our permission slip today. Let's be diligent today. Let's do what we said we were going to do when we said we were going to do it. And let's be responsible, not just to ourselves, but also to the world at large. And because as we do that, we will find that everything in our life just runs smoother and better. My friends, I will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. with another wake up call. But I want to say thank you guys so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. And yeah, I will talk to you tomorrow at 9 a.m. We will have another message, but also it being Friday tomorrow, we'll be going through all of the cards that popped up this week. I'm really excited to see where this project is going, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Until then, I love you, I appreciate you, I care about you, and I think that all these words are true about you. I see diligence all around me. I see the fruits of diligence all around me, and I know that the fruits of that diligence came from the people who are in my area, the people who are in my world. So I'll talk to you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Until then, aloha from paradise.